I want to thank Supervisor Lisa Bartlett for endorsing me, coming out and doing that. Also, is Betty Chu here? Betty Chu is the first Chinese American to become a member of the California Bar. 82 years young, and she supported me early on. So, Betty, thank you so much. Now, when I started running, I knew that it was going to be vicious. I knew the media was going to do whatever they could to stop me because I'm taking on powerful interests. I'm taking on the teachers union because I support choice in public education. Betty, God bless you, Betty. Love you too. The money should follow the child rather than the other way around. You know that 75% of black boys here in California cannot read at state levels of proficiency? And those levels are not high. 75%. Half of third graders cannot read at state levels of proficiency, and those levels are not high. I went to Crenshaw High School. That was a high school that you saw in the movie Boys in the Hood. 2% of kids at Crenshaw High School are math proficient. Now, who sends their kid to a school where only 2% of the kids are math proficient if they have an option out? I want to give them an option out. I want the parents to be able to put their kid in a private school, a charter school, a religious school, or a government school if the parent chooses. Teachers union adamantly opposed to that. Why? Because the teachers are not automatic union members and because they don't get those automatic dues. Now, the majority of black and brown parents living in the inner city support choice in school. Teachers union adamantly opposed to it for the reasons I just now mentioned. By the way, 80% of the government schooled education kids in California, those in government schools, 80% are black and brown. These are the ones that the left claims they care about. Now, there was a study years ago that asked where public school teachers sent their own school-age kids. Don't give the end of the movie yet. 10% of American families put their kids in private school. 6% of black families do. 44% of Philadelphia public school teachers with school-age kids have their own kids in private school, 4 times the national average. 39% Chicago public school teachers have their own school-age kids in private school. LAUSD, twice as many public school teachers with school-age kids have their own kids in private school. That's the equivalent of opening up a restaurant, putting up a sign saying, come on in, please eat the food, because we sure won't. The people that know the school system the best aren't putting their own kids in it, but they're telling you to do it. It is outrageous. The first step towards leaving poverty is to finish high school, one where presumably you can read, write, and compute at grade level. I knew I'd be taking on some very powerful interests, saying some things that the left does not like people to say. You know that Lyndon Johnson launched the so-called War on Poverty in 1965. At the time, 25% of black kids entered the world without a father married to the mother. 25%. And Obama once said, I love to quote left-wing people. You know who Obama is, right, guys? Obama said a kid raised without a father is 5 times more likely to be poor and commit crime, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, and 20 times more likely to end up in jail. Today, the percentage of black children brought into the world without a father married to the mother is close to 70%. 25% of white kids now enter the world without a father married to the mother. Half of Hispanic kids enter the world without a father married to the mother. 40% of all American children enter the world without a father married to the mother. Now, what's happened between 1965 and now? What they've done with the welfare state is they've incentivized women to marry the government, and they've incentivized men to abandon their financial and moral responsibility. By the way, when I've said that, the media leaves off the latter part. They've incentivized men to abandon their financial and moral responsibility. So those of you from CNN, make sure you put the whole thing there.